Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Really quick announcement before I get started today. I think I'm going to be switching these lives to Friday. I'm just realizing how much of my weekend this cuts into with starting these on Saturday mornings, and then posting them a bunch of different places. And I'm going to try to really contain my work to the week to really free up my weekend. So just, look for them on Friday mornings at 10 instead of Saturday. So that'll start next week, obviously. But today I'm going to talk about a little what I'm learning about roadblocks and trust and God's will. This really was prompted by a comment I saw recently from a friend who said she struggles to discern God's will from her own. And I realized that I can relate, or at least I used to. Chances are that if you're a Christian, you've heard somewhere along the way that God can be angry, or you've been left with the impression that God is harsh and strict. But what if that's not really the way God looks at you? The interactions that we see Jesus have with God during his time on earth display a much different tone. When Jesus is born, the heavens celebrate. A star marks the sky. Another occasion we see is when Jesus is baptized and God's voice speaks clearly, "This is my son in whom I am well pleased." We see a similar situation at Jesus' transfiguration on the mountain. And then there are a number of times where Jesus withdraws and spends time alone with God. He makes it his habit all the time. Would Jesus do that if spending time with God was a constant struggle of confession and guilt? I don't think so. Instead, Jesus draws away to recharge, and it's in these interactions with God that he feels refreshed. And we again see Jesus demonstrate the openness of his communication with God in the garden at Gethsemane, when he asks God to let the cup pass from him. He asks 3 times with no worry of God getting angry at him for asking, even though he really knew it was not God's will. Now I ask you, do you understand that when God looks at you, what is visible is only the lovely, only the good? Do you understand this really and truly? What if you could trust that the desires you have to do something amazing with your life are not a surprise to God? I think too often the roadblocks we feel in understanding God's will are that we think it shouldn't be this lovely, or I don't deserve something this good, or I must be supposed to do something else, something that feels more like a struggle. We don't trust that we are pursuing God's best for our lives when we go after the things that bring us joy. But hear me right now. God knows the desires of your heart. When you spend time intentionally drawing near to God, the desires you hold in your heart are molded by God's love. It is okay to go after the desires of your heart with love and care for God and for others as your boundaries. I'm going to pause 1 minute, guys, because I just remembered I promised to stream this into my Facebook group, and I totally forgot to do that. So bear with me while I make that shift really quick here. Just going to take a minute to get that set up because I totally forgot. Of course, Facebook wants to be slow on my computer today. I really should have had this set up beforehand, but oh well. Live and learn and then do better the next time, right? That's a lot of what I'm learning right now. All right, here we go. Maybe. Share in a group, in my group. There we go. All right. Thank you for your patience. All right, so hear me again. The roadblocks we feel in understanding God's will are often that we think it shouldn't be this lovely. I don't deserve something this good, or I must be supposed to do something else, something that feels more like struggle. We think work has to feel like work. We don't trust that we are pursuing God's best for our lives when we go after the things that bring us joy. But God knows the desires of your heart. And it's that simple and that freeing. You can step forward and take action to pursue those desires. It's okay if doing so feels lovely. You don't have to feel like you deserve it. God delights in lavishing joy on you. And you don't have to do anything to earn the right to chase after your heart's dreams. I'm learning that one big roadblock in my way is my own lack of trust for myself. I love what I get to do. My favorite days are the ones where I have calls with clients or with other business owners where we're sharing and encouraging each other. And guess what? I want to make money doing what I love, and that's okay. There are dreams in my heart, dreams of having a home where things are comfortable and beautiful, dreams of giving tons of money away to worthy causes on a regular basis and still having wealth available so that when an emergency need comes up, I know I can contribute in a big way with no hesitation, no fear that I won't be able to pay bills. I have dreams of seeing lives changed as I help other women learn to trust that it's okay to pursue their own dreams, and I get to see them do it well and change other lives. I dream of having plenty of time to make an impact in my business, and then having time to spend with a hubby or any children, having time to volunteer at causes that are dear to my heart, and also having time to enjoy friends and family and rest. Another big roadblock for me is a fear of failure. What if I mess up? What if I get it wrong? And here's the thing. I will mess up, and so will you. You will make mistakes along the way. You will even hurt people. I have hurt people, and I will hurt people, and I don't love that. But as long as I'm alive, I get the opportunity to humbly accept that I made a mistake and then make the necessary corrections and keep moving forward. And you get that same opportunity. Each time you do, you will learn something that will allow you to be an even better person and an even more loving participant in this world that is full of both beauty and pain. You see, falling down is a part of life, but so is getting back up. We don't have to be afraid of failure. Instead, let's be afraid of stagnation, of not learning better and doing better. Let's summon the courage that God has given us and take imperfect action, knowing that we're perfectly loved even in our imperfections, and we get opportunities to learn and grow every day. I mean, think about it. We don't berate a baby when they fall down. Instead, we cheer that baby when it gets back up on its wobbly legs and tries again. I want to have that kind of courage to just keep getting up, wobbly legs and all, and trying again. And I'm trying to roll aside the roadblocks that are my own lack of trust in myself and my fear of failure. And every tiny inch that I move these roadblocks shows me that I'm closer to God than I ever dreamed. Jesus shows me that I can move forward with God into the lovely things He wants for my life. I can build a life I love and know that God is pleased with me every step of the way. And I can do this by surrounding myself with amazing people in my employees, my peers, and my friends. I can take steps towards pursuing my desires and towards doing my part to make the world a better place. I can do it by saying Black Lives Matter. I can do it by saying that I have been wrong in the ways I've lived my life. I can do it by calling out the white supremacy in my own thoughts and the way that I live my life, and then also calling it out in the systems that I see in the world around me. I can do it by humbly accepting correction when I get it wrong, as I do all the time. I can do it by taking actions that back up this statement in the people I have on my teams, the way I use my money, the way I listen to voices who are far wiser than me, who have walked this road for a long time. And I can do it in using my voice alongside those who shouldn't still be fighting for equality, but still are. I get the opportunity to do all these things, and I learn more about ways to do that by trusting myself and by not being afraid of failure. I will fail. I will learn. I will do better, and God will keep guiding me deeper and deeper into grace every step of the way. If you're ready to move the roadblocks in your way, I can help. Book a free 20-minute call with me, and I will help you figure out one small actionable step that will get you further down the road to your dream. What's really in your way might be lack of trust in yourself and fear of failure, but they don't have to keep stopping you. Take action to believe in yourself and book a free call today. Click the link in my bio and you will find the opportunity to do that. And I look forward to talking to you soon. I'll see you next Friday, guys. Bye.